All right, so we had one trade today. Just to give you a more macro idea of why I went short, even though we did already have a large push on open, why I thought we could go a little further, and why I took the trade. While I took the trade on NQ, a lot of my decision to take that trade was first off because NQ was the weaker asset, so I wasn't trying to trade ES. ES was lagging a little, but the fact if we look here, this is the 4 hour. It's on bar replay mode here. This is where the 4 hour closed, and if you look here, we have one, two, three, all these resting lows here, and we also on the weekly time frame. Um, we also have this wick here with no. We also have this candle here that opened with no wick. So these are really compelling draws. And if we look over here at NQ, we have this daily fair value gap. So even though we did push down quite a lot, I thought we could push a little further. I just wanted to see a healthy retrace. So typically I look for 5 minute inversions, but when we're going short, I'm fine with the 1 minute just because we have been moving with like such momentum to the downside that typically price has been quite relentless. And if you're pretty convinced on your draw liquidity, um, it's fine to take a 1 minute. You're just not going to get those entries in the 5 minute. Just price just runs away from you. So just being patient, waiting for price to settle a little, waiting for some 1 minute fair value gaps to open, and then taking the trade from there. So this is the trade I actually took. So when we started moving up here, I know this looks like a reversible. As I said, all these black lines here on ES, they're all those targets I pointed out in the higher time frame. I really want to see those get mitigated before we go higher. If we look here, with that, we actually had, I don't think a lot of people noticed this, there was a gap, an unfilled gap on NQ. So this is an extremely attractive draw. Like I just really didn't see us going higher without at least pushing into this. So as price pushed up, I was like, that's fine. I just want to see how price responds to these gaps. So this is exactly what I wanted to see. So this is something, but we do have an SMT, and we have broken structure to the upside here. This is the 1 minute. So really I needed to see this get closed through. Once this got closed through, I put my entry inside of this 1 minute fair value gap. I got my entry. And minutes later, I got my target. Now again, because of these ES lows I wanted to get hit, I thought we could push this black line here right below this. We have the daily fair value gap. We also have a 1 hour fair value gap unmitigated. So I only took a third of my position off here and brought my stop to break even. Realistically, I was being a little greedy. We already had a ton of expansion off open, but what it looked like to me is almost like a bear flag, where this is the pole, the flag, and then you see dispersion. So there was merit behind it. Typically I don't do partials. It was really just because we've just seen a massive increase in volatility of recent that I thought, why not, today could be a day for it. But realistically, we were actually sitting in a daily fair value gap here, so this could be just a swipe of liquidity and then a reversal, which it ended up being. As you can see, we came to target. And even here, again, I don't like to play with my trades too much, but this is also an awesome trade. Like, I really just should have taken profit here. It would have been a sick trade, but we got once we cleared this gap, as you can see, we got a massive reversal. But it was I actually didn't expect to see such a violent reversal, to be honest with you, from this zone. But again, I'm not going to complain. This officially ends the 3 weeks of hell I consider we just went through. The price action in the last 2 days has probably been better than the last 3 weeks combined. So I hope to see more of this going forward. I don't see why we won't. If we do look at the macro time frame here, really what we need to see on ES. We need to see a daily close through this fair value gap to target all-time highs. NQ, we are seeing a bit of relief. We came down, we took a lot of liquidity here, this volume imbalance. I kind of wanted us to go lower, to be quite honest. But again, if we can close through this fair value gap, I would have a lot of confidence. We have so much stacked liquidity here, lots of equal highs, and all this resting liquidity and equal highs at all-time highs. A lot of this hinges on news we're going to get tomorrow. Again, no one knows how to predict how this new Fed chair, how he's reading the markets and what his stance is going forward. He's made it quite unclear. Like, some people think he's going to continue to raise interest rates, but then the macro data that is coming out is extremely positive. Inflation is falling quicker, unemployment is remaining steady, which again, that could lead to hiring rates. But yeah, with inflation actually falling quicker than expected, the worries of tariffs not really bleeding into the system. The only thing is oil is still quite high. So it's really that's even me verbalizing it there. It's really hard to know what stance he's going to take. And he's already said he's not going to be super verbal about predicting future hikes or rate cuts. So I'm not going to be trading tomorrow. I've just seen because tomorrow we have the rate hikes. Then afterwards we got huge earnings. I think it's Meta. I can't remember who else, but some really big names are releasing earnings after market close. So I do not see price be very favorable to trade in the AM. There's going to be a lot to digest. I think the Fed is at 2:30, and then obviously earnings at 4 p.m. So yeah, I will not be trading tomorrow. I'll definitely be trading Thursday and Friday. But it does, as I said, we were stuck in this range. We just took out a lot of liquidity here. We have a massive S&T with ES. Good news tomorrow could lead to a crazy reversal. We have seen major pullbacks on a lot of the AI companies, especially the AI infrastructure. Memory has got absolutely decimated in the last 2 weeks, but still the overall chart looks very bullish. It's just it had an exaggerated rise, and with that comes an exaggerated fall, and that's all we've seen. You're going to get that volatility in both directions. But it looks like it's going to be what was a really shitty end to June and July. I'm hoping now we get more clarity and we can really have an awesome August. September can always be a little iffy, but if this is the low and we do invert these daily fair value gaps, I think we're going to see a crazy rally similar to what we saw here. That could be on the cards again and end the year super strong. Because if we even look here, this is from all-time highs. We peaked at 10%. 10% is a correction. Let's see what it was here. All-time highs. This was 12%. So we're in that range where you do, and even look at this, it's very similar. Look at this range here. We come down, take liquidity, and bang, inverse the daily, and just go nuts. I kind of wanted more of a pullback here. We do have lots of liquidity, and even the main, what I really wanted to see get hit is on the monthly time frame. We have this large monthly imbalance. I would love to see us push into here, which I think we could get post-Fed, and this will get eaten up. But we could come down towards this order block here and reverse from there. I don't know if it's going to be that severe of a pullback unless the Fed does decide to raise rates tomorrow. If that's the case, we could really dig deep into this. It could get a little scary for a lot of people, but overall this is a super bullish chart. It doesn't really matter what time frame you look at, but as you can see, we've got lots of fair value gaps here. So yeah, we'll see. Tomorrow's a massive day. And it will give the market a ton of clarity. Either that goes to the upside or the downside, but we're in a position here where expansion and volatility is in our favor, so which usually means better trading conditions. So yeah, I'm excited for the next couple of weeks.